where the desert meets the ocean.
Where the sun never sleeps.
A land of intense flavor.
And ancient fire.
Whew.
And pure! Woo!
We leave Vietnam journey, the land of sun and wind.
In the heart of Vietnam's southern coast, the day begins long before the sun rises. This is Phan Thiet, a land shaped by the wind, the sand, and the eternal sea. For the people here, the ocean is not just scenery, it is their lifeblood. Every wave tells a story of survival and gratitude. As the fleet returns, they bring back the ocean's greatest treasures. The harbor comes alive with the energy of the morning catch.
Strength and resilience are carried on these shoulders every day.
Today, we look for the king mackerel, the star of our dish.
Look at that shine. That is the promise of freshness.
And the lizardfish, the secret to the perfect elasticity.
But fish is not the only hero in this story.
Pungent purple shallots, the base of all flavor.
And the heat of black pepper, harvested from the nearby highlands.
The ingredients are gathered fresh from the source.
Now, the transformation begins.
To make the perfect fish cake, patience is key.
We scrape the meat manually to keep the fibers intact.
No bones, no skin, just pure ocean protein.
A touch of sugar to balance the salt of the sea.
And the soul of Phan Thiet, the premium fish sauce.
We do not use flour, we use strength.
The more you mix, the chewler it becomes.
This technique is called quet, creating the legendary bounce.
Spices must be crushed, not chopped, to release their oils.
The aroma is already rising even before cooking.
Shaped by hand into golden promises.
Now, the fire takes over.
The heat seals the flavor inside immediately.
Slowly turning gold, The smell of fried fish fills the air.
Crispy on the outside, tender on the inside.
Perfection is a color, and it looks like this.
Look at that texture. Dense, yet bouncy.
But not all cakes are fried. Some are steamed. The steamed version brings a delicate, sweet contrast.
Topped with egg yolk for a rich, creamy finish.
While the cakes cool, the broth reaches its peak.
The broth is simple: fish bones, onions, and patience.
We keep it clear, light, and sweet.
These are not ordinary noodles. They are bun kan.
Made from rice flour, thick like udon, but softer.
They cook quickly, turning from white to translucent.
Ready to absorb the essence of the ocean.
The stage is set. It is time to assemble.
First, a bed of soft white noodles.
Then, the golden crunch of fried fish.
The tender sweetness of the steamed cake.
A burst of green freshness.
And the irresistible aroma of fried shallots.
Finally, the hot broth awakens everything.
A masterpiece in a bowl.
A squeeze of fresh lime cuts through the richness.
Awakening the sour notes that dance on the tongue. And for the brave, a touch of fiery chili paste.
Served piping hot, straight to the table.
It sits there, inviting, colorful, and fragrant.
The anticipation is part of the meal.
But wait, in Phan Thiet, something is missing.
The baguette. Crispy, airy, and essential. Here, we dip the bread into the soup.
It acts like a sponge, absorbing the essence of the ocean.
The first bite is always the bread. Savory, sweet, and crunchy all at once.
Now with the noodles.
Smooth, slippery, and comforting.
In Vietnam, a loud slurp is a compliment to the chef.
The fried cake offers a firm, chewy resistance.
releasing a burst of umami flavor.
The steam cake melts in the mouth like butter.
Around you, the town wakes up.
It is a meal that connects generations.
A flavor that stays with you from childhood.
Spoon by spoon, the bowl reveals its bottom.
Until not a single drop is left.
A humble price for a royal experience.
As the sun climbs higher, the city moves faster.
The female Caucasian fishermen are already preparing for the next journey.
But Phan Thiet has more than just the sea. It has secrets buried in the sand. Oses that look like mirages.
Roads that lead to endless horizons.
And gardens that glow in the dark.
As the day ends, new flavors emerge.
The night market is waking up.
But that is a story for another time. For now, we rest, with the taste of the ocean still lingering.
Simple, unforgettable. Bánh canh cha cà.
Thank you for sharing this meal with us.
Next time, we explore the sizzling pancakes and the dragon's treasure. Do not miss a single bite.
Join our family.
From Phan Thiet, with love.
See you in the next adventure.
When you hear the name Mi Quang, you probably think of Hoi An or Da Nang.
You think of the dry noodles, the shrimp, the crackers.
But here in Phan Thiet, that name means something entirely different.
Welcome to the world of the sweet, savory, and orange Mi Quang.
It is a dish that confuses travelers but captivates locals.
The noodles are yellow, vibrant, and soft.
But the real secret lies in the pot.
In Phan Thiet, the king of this dish is often duck.
Rich, fatty, flavorful duck.
We start by marinating the meat to lock in the flavor.
And here is the Phan Thiet signature, sugar.
We love our broth sweet, just like our life by the sea.
But where does the color come from? It comes from this.
Cashew oil. The panter of Phan Thiet cuisine.
Fragrant, colorful, and essential.
The meat hits the heat.
The skin tightens, the fat renders.
Every piece is coated in that beautiful sunset orange.
Then we braise it, not with water, but with coconut water.
To make the meat tender enough to melt in your mouth.
Time does the rest of the work.
While the meat cooks, we prepare the garden.
Vietnamese food is never complete without fresh herbs.
And the crunch. Roasted peanuts.
And the heat. Always the heat.
The broth is ready. Look at that color.
It is not a soup. It is a rich, sweet nectar.
It is time to build the bowl.
First, the crunch of fresh bean sprouts.
Then, a bed of golden yellow noodles.
The star of the show arrives.
Tender, juicy, and soaked in flavor.
Sometimes we add a pork knuckle for good measure.
We do not just wet the noodles, we drown them in flavor.
A rain of roasted peanuts.
A touch of green to balance the orange.
Behold, the Phan Thiet Mi Quang.
A masterpiece of color. Orange, yellow, green.
But you cannot eat it yet.
The lime is mandatory. It cuts the sweetness.
You must submerge the fresh herbs.
Mix it well. Let the flavors marry.
The first bite.
Okay.
The peanuts add a nutty surprise in every bite.
It is sweeter than you expect, isn't it?
That sweetness is the hospitality of Phan Thiet.
A flavor beloved by everyone, from young to old.
This dish fuels the city.
It is impossible to stop once you start.
Rich, fatty, sweet, and spicy.
Nothing goes to waste. To understand a place, you must taste its differences.
Phan Thiet is not afraid to be different.
We have our own colors.
Our own textures.
And our own hard-working spirit.
Don't expect the usual. Expect the extraordinary.
Vietnam has 1,000 noodles.
But this yellow strand tells a unique story. A story of migration, adaptation, and local love.
Cheers!
It brings us together.
Cool tea after hot noodles. Perfection.
As the sun sets over the Cati River, the city slows down.
But the kitchens are still busy. Preparing for the night-hungry crowd.
Fresh banh mi. Get them while they're hot.
The food culture here never sleeps.
Phan Thiet is more than just sand dunes and resorts.
It is a city of layers, waiting to be peeled back.
Take a piece of it with you.
Or sit down and stay a while.
Every dish is a destination.
And we have so many more places to go.
The night brings new secrets in.
What are you hungry for?
What are you hungry for?
Next to him, the sizzling pancakes of the sand dunes.
And the tiny kicks.
Thank you for eating with us today. Subscribe to satisfy your cravings. Join the journey.
Even he knows what's good.
Good night from Phan Thiet.
Keep the fire burning. See you in the next adventure.
In Vietnam, we do not always need a kitchen to cook a masterpiece.
Sometimes, the best flavors are carried on the shoulders of hard-working women. And a special clay oven that has been used for generations.
This is bun can, the sizzling clay pot cake.
No tables, no chairs, just low stools and the open sky.
The batter is simple. Soaked rice ground into a milky white liquid.
The mold must be hot, very hot.
In Phan Thiet, we bring the ocean into the cake. Fresh baby squid.
Or sweet, juicy shrimp.
And for richness, a quail egg.
Then we cover them.
Inside the dark clay chamber, the magic happens.
Steam cooks the top, while fire crisps the bottom.
While we wait, we prepare the soul of the dish.
Dipping sauce.
Unlike other regions, Phan Thiet uses a special braised fish sauce.
Gadfish, stewed for hours until the bones melt away.
The reveal.
Look at them. Puffy, white clouds with a golden treasure inside.
Crispy on the outside, soft and fluffy on the inside.
We serve them in pairs because good things come in twos.
A final touch of green scallion oil.
Shining, fragrant, and inviting. The smell attracts everyone, from motorbikes to pedestrians.
Now, the assembly.
A ladle of the rich, savory fish gravy.
A sour crunch of green mango to balance the taste.
A tender pork meatball for extra protein.
And crispy pork rinds for texture.
Here you go.
It looks messy, but it tastes like harmony.
There is a technique to eating this.
You don't just dip a little, you submerge it.
Let the porous cake drink up the sauce.
Crunch of the crust. The softness of the rice.
The sweetness of the seafood and the tang of the mango.
The creamy yolk explodes in your mouth.
It is the perfect street food. Fast, hot, and social.
As the sun goes down, the fires burn brighter.
A face that has seen thousands of sunsets, feeding thousands of souls.
Rhythm, speed, passion.
Even the local residents are mesmerized.
The steam carries the story of Phan Thiet into the night.
A story that ends with a satisfied smile.
This is the taste of the coast. Simple, yet unforgettable.
The clay pots rest, waiting for tomorrow.
Squid, shrimp, or egg? Tell us in the comments.
Next time, we go upscale with fresh lobster. Subscribe to Live Vietnam Journey.
Discover the hidden gems.
They call this the land of heat and wind.
But in this harsh desert climate, a strange treasure grows.
The dragon fruit. Vibrant, alien, and sweet.
Vietnam is the kingdom of this fruit, and Phan Thiet is its capital.
Harvesting here is an art of avoiding thorns.
Look at the skin. Scales of a dragon painted in neon pink.
But the real magic of Phan Thiet does not happen during the day.
It happens when the sun goes down.
Watch closely.
Light.
Suddenly, the desert becomes a galaxy of stars.
Farmers use these lights to trick the plants into thinking it is still day.
Creating an eternal summer, so the dragons keep bearing fruit.
Driving through Phan Thiet at night feels like driving through a dream.
Under this golden glow,
the giant white flowers bloom.
They only bloom at night, magnificent and fleeting.
A quiet moment in the city of lights.
But let's taste the fruit of this light.
The classic white flesh dragon fruit. Crisp and refreshing.
And the red flesh variety. Sweeter, softer, and staining.
The skin peels away effortlessly.
Like cutting into a soft, juicy cloud.
The texture is like a kiwi, but milder.
It is the taste of hydration. Subtle, sweet, and cooling. Perfect for the tropical heat.
Or blended into a vibrant ruby juice.
Nature's energy drink.
In Phan Thiet, this luxury fruit is as common as apples.
Travelers come for the beach, but they remember the fruit.
A sea of light next to the sea of water.
A spectacle you can only see in Vietnam.
The dragon fruit kingdom never sleeps.
Red or white? Which team are you on?
Next time, we ride the sand dunes and feast on kings.
Join the journey with Link Vietnam Journey. The beauty is waiting for you.
If art could be eaten, it would look like this.
In Moine, the fishermen created a dish that reflects their life.
Simple ingredients elevated into a philosophy.
It begins with a bamboo basket, the canvas for our painting.
This is Lao Ta Tang, the drop hot pot.
Star is the fresh catch of the day. Usually apricot fish or herring.
Sliced paper thin, fresh and sweet from the ocean. We cure the fish slightly to remove the smell, keeping only the ocean's sweetness.
But the fish is just one petal of the flower.
To create balance, we need the 5 elements.
Metal, represented by the color white or light yellow.
Fried into thin golden sheets.
Then cut into delicate ribbons.
represented by the savory pork belly.
Boiled to perfection and sliced with precision. Wood, represented by the fresh green vegetables.
Starfruit adds a sour punch.
And green mango adds the crunch.
Fire, represented by the red of the tomato or chili.
Now we assemble the flour. A foundation of green banana leaves. In the center, the heart of the dish.
Each ingredient is placed in a banana blossom petal.
Yellow eggs.
Pink pork.
Green herbs.
White fish.
Look at it. A symphony of colors. The 5 elements of the universe.
But it is not just for looking, it is for eating.
The broth is a reduction of shrimp, tomato, and pork bone.
Sweet, sour, and savory.
The secret weapon is this sauce.
A unique blend of roasted peanuts and ripe bananas.
Creamy, nutty, and surprisingly sweet.
There are 2 ways to enjoy lao ta.
First, the dry version.
You use the rice paper as a spoon.
Stack the ingredients on top.
Drizzle the magical peanut sauce over it. And take a bite.
The crunch, the fresh fish, the creamy sauce. Explosion.
Second, the wet version.
Place everything into your bowl.
And ta, which means drop the hot broth over it.
The heat cooks the fish instantly.
Do not forget the fresh vermicelli noodles.
It is a communal feast, a celebration of nature.
It is almost too beautiful to destroy.
But for the chef, an empty basket is the best compliment.
Petal by petal, the flower disappears.
Even the simplest ingredient shines with this sauce.
The heat lingers on your lips.
Eating this while watching the sea where it came from.
There is nothing better.
As the golden hour hits Muine.
Energy of the coast settles down.
The pot is empty. The bellies are full.
Lao Tha is not just food. It is the identity of Muine.
Have you ever tried fresh raw fish like this?
It is not as scary as you think. It is delicious.
Colors, texture, flavor, history. If you want to taste more of Vietnam with me,
Hit that subscribe button right now.
And ring the bell so you never miss a meal.
Give this video a like if it made you hungry.
Comment below. I love Vietnamese food if you made it this far. Bye-bye. Support our local chefs by sharing this video.
And get ready. Next week, we leave the kitchen.
We are going on a wild Jeep adventure!
and hunting for the king of seafood.
Thank you for watching Lee Vietnam Journey. See you in the next adventure!
Support us to keep the journey going. The meal ends, but the memory stays.
Muine is timeless. Shaping the land.
Feeding the soul.
Guarding the history.
Calling the travelers.
Dancing with the wind.
And welcoming you home.
This is the spirit of Vietnam.
a land of light and flavor.
Beauty in every corner.
Do not just watch, join us.
Subscribe for the next adventure.
Next week, the Sand Dune Safari. And the king of the sea.
From Muyne with love.
Goodbye.
Music ends.
Every city has a rhythm. Every city has a sound. In Phan Thiet, the rhythm is fast.
But as the evening approaches, a new sound takes over.
It starts with the heat.
And then the sound of shale.
Bánh xèo. Literally, the sizzling cake.
Forget the giant pancakes you see in the South.
Here we keep it small, compact, and crunchy.
The batter is a blend of rice flour and turmeric.
With rich coconut milk for that creamy coastal flavor. Listen to that. The batter meets the hot oil.
It instantly transforms into a lace-like crust.
We do not peel the shrimp. The shell adds the crunch.
A gift from the ocean.
And savory pork belly from the land.
The fat melts, frying the cake from the inside.
A handful of bean sprouts.
Adding moisture and freshness to the heat.
It takes a master to conduct this orchestra of pans.
Flip. Turn. Check.
Within minutes, they turn into golden suns.
Crispy on the outside, soft in the middle.
Look at that texture.
But a pancake is naked without its green coat.
Aromatic mint and basil, and psillos.
And the soul of the dish.
Roasted peanuts, crushed into a paste.
We drown it in creamy peanut goodness.
Put away the chopsticks. Use your hands.
The green leaf embraces the golden cake.
Roll it tight like a spring roll.
Dip it deep. Do not be shy.
Coating every inch.
And listen. Mmm.
That is the sound of pure happiness.
But the crunch does not stop there.
From the savory streets to the sweet fields.
Phan Thiet has another crispy secret.
Bung Ray, the sweet potato nest.
Simple roots transformed.
Shredded into fine, endless threads.
Like golden silk. Shaped by hand into a delicate bird's nest.
A bath in hot oil.
The threads tangle and lock together. Turning into a crispy network.
But it needs sweetness.
We dip it into liquid sugar.
Giving it a shiny, glass-like coating.
A sprinkle of roasted sesame seeds.
For that nutty aroma.
The perfect gift from the sandy land.
Sweet, sticky.
It snaps like glass.
A burst of sugar and earthed potato.
Savory or sweet?
But the beauty of Phan Thiet is not just in the food.
It is in the land itself. Where the sand moves like waves. And oases appear like mirages.
Where the roads lead to endless horizons.
The ancient eyes that watch the sea. guiding sailors home for a century.
The history that stands tall against time.
Whispering stories of a lost kingdom. Culture that lives and breathes.
The heartbeat of the ocean.
The smiles that welcome you.
A land that glows in the dark.
A city that never sleeps hungry.
We put our heart into every dish.
So you can taste the love.
Cheers, cheers, cheers to the crunch. Phan Thiet is calling.
Have you ever tasted a sound this loud?
Subscribe to Live Vietnam Journey.
Ring the bell to join the feast.
If you love crispy food,
let us know in the comments, savory CO or sweet Ray.
come fly with us.
Come ride with us.
Next episode, we face the giants of the sea.
The ultimate seafood feast awaits.
From the land of sand and sea.
This is Lee Vietnam Journey.
Where every flavor tells a story. And every light guides you to a new discovery.
Bit. Goodbye for now.
See you in the next adventure.
When you think of raw fish, you think of Japan.
But Vietnam has its own answer to sashimi.
And it starts with this tiny silver jewel, the mai fish.
Small, transparent, and smelling like the ocean breeze.
Welcome to the Vietnamese Sushi Challenge.
Today, we cook without fire.
Preparation is a test of patience.
We remove the head, the bone, keeping only the sweet flesh.
It takes hundreds of fish to make one plate.
The magic trick.
We cook it with acid. Fresh lime juice.
Watch closely. The lime juice turns the meat white, cooking it instantly.
This technique is called Thai Chang Ai, rare lime cured.
Then we squeeze it dry. No smell, just freshness.
But raw fish needs armor.
Ginger to warm the stomach.
Chili to wake up the tongue. And onions for the crunch.
We mix them all together.
And a secret ingredient, roasted rice powder.
It adds a nutty, smoky aroma that masks any fishiness.
But the true secret of Phan Thiet lies in the sauce.
The legendary peanut sauce.
Tamarind for sourness, sugar for sweetness.
And plenty of crushed peanuts.
Thick, creamy, and deeply savory. The challenge is ready.
Are you brave enough?
It looks raw. It feels dangerous.
Do not worry. Follow the local way.
First, the rice paper.
Then a bed of green herbs.
Then, the star of the show.
Pile it high.
Roll it up. Hide the fish inside the garden.
Now the baptism in the sauce. Coat it well.
Take the bite.
Wait for it.
It is not fishy. It is electric.
Once you start, you cannot stop.
This is the ultimate beer food. Ultimate.
Cold beer cuts through the spice perfectly.
We call this the salad of the brave.
But in Phan Thiet, everyone is brave.
Fresh from the ocean, straight to the soul.
The ocean gives us everything. And we treat it with respect.
Hands that work the sea.
But the journey does not end at the shore.
Phan Thiet is a land of contrasts, where the desert meets the ocean. Where adventure awaits around every corner.
Walking through the red canyon of the fairy stream.
Touching the earth.
Touching the past. Praying for a safe journey.
Hello. The sweetness of the people.
Sweetness of the land.
The guardians of the coast.
Watching over us.
As the stars come down to the sea.
The night brings new flavors.
Sizzling scallops. Ooh. Rich lobster.
And shared memories.
Phan Thiet, Mui Ne, a place that stays with you.
Ngon. Did you pass the challenge?
Tell us in the comments, would you try raw fish? Subscribe to Live Vietnam Journey for more adventures.
Next week, we get lost in the local market.
See you in the next video.
music fades. The beauty of Phan Thiet is endless.
From the thrill of the dunes
to the calm of the Red Canyon.
Life blooms where you least expect it.
History stands tall.
Prayers rise to the sky.
And the light guides us home. Shining for 100 years. The ocean sleeps.
But the warmth remains.
Sweet.
And fresh.
Phan Thiet. Thank you for daring to taste.
This is Live Vietnam Journey.
Music fades.
If you want the best seafood in Vietnam, you do not go to a restaurant.
You go to the source.
Welcome to the Mui Ne fishing harbor.
It is loud, it is chaotic, and it is perfect.
Here, fresh means still moving.
Blue swimmer crabs, caught just hours ago.
The negotiation is fast and fierce.
Squid so fresh, their skin still shimmers.
Snails of every shape and size.
But today, we are hunting for the king. The spiny lobster.
Look at those colors. A warrior of the reef.
700,000, 500. A fair price for a royal fish.
Secured. Now to the fire.
We cook it simply. Fire and smoke. First, we put the king to sleep on ice.
Then split down the middle.
Revealing the treasure inside.
Shell side down first.
The heat turns the armor from blue to vibrant red.
A brush of garlic oil to keep it moist.
Watching the meat turn opaque and juicy.
While the king cooks, the court arrives. Scallops. Topped with scallion oil and peanuts.
And sweet snails, the popcorn of the sea.
The smell of grilled seafood travels for miles.
But seafood needs its soulmate.
Green chili.
Famous muối ớt xanh. Green chili salt. Lunch is served.
Start with the scallop.
Sweet, nutty, and oily.
The snail is crunchy and sweet.
The green sauce wakes up every taste bud.
Now, the main event.
The meat pulls away in one glorious chunk.
The sweetness of the ocean meets the heat of the land.
Don't forget the claws.
The meat here is softer, sweeter.
It is messy work.
But licking your fingers is part of the joy.
A graveyard of shells, a belly full of joy.
Wash it down.
Nature's palate cleanser.
As the day ends, the boats return.
The cycle continues.
They work hard so we can feast like kings.
But Phan Thiet is not just water.
It is adrenaline.
It is tranquility.
Beauty in the desert.
It is history carved in stone.
standing for centuries.
It is the light in the darkness,
guiding us home.
That's just me.
It is a land of light.
And a land of flavor.
From the smallest oyster
To the biggest catch.
So we celebrate it all.
Tell us, lobster or crab?
Subscribe to Live Vietnam Journey.
Next week, we satisfy your sweet tooth.
Vietnamese desserts are colorful and cool.
The journey continues.
From the ocean to your heart.
And then the seagull just swooped down and took the whole sandwich.
No way, the whole thing.
I can't believe you managed to get a picture of it.
This rebozo is handmade, very good quality.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I will take it.
Come try the fresh cheese.
Hên gặp lại.
middle of the desert.
The sun is blazing. The sand is burning.
It is 35 degrees Celsius.
You are thirsty. You are tired.
And then you see a mirage. Not water, but something better.
Xin chào. The sand dune aunties.
Carrying a kitchen on their shoulders across the dunes.
What is inside?
Tau hu, silky soybean pudding.
Drenched in a warm, spicy ginger syrup.
But here is the twist. Ice.
Hot tofu, cold ice, spicy ginger.
A perfect cure for the heat.
It melts instantly in your mouth.
But sweetness needs a savory friend.
Bánh bột lọc. Tapioca dumplings.
Look at them, like clear crystals holding a tiny shrimp.
Chewy, sticky, and transparent.
Bathed in sweet chili fish sauce.
A squeeze of kumquat for fragrance.
The texture is a challenge.
Chewy outside. Crunchy shrimp inside.
A 5-star meal on a plastic stool.
Surrounded by nothing but nature.
It costs less than $1.
Ai mua bánh không?
But the menu keeps coming.
Sugar-coated donuts.
Refueled. Ready for round 2.
We ride to the lake.
The White Lake.
Where life blooms in the sand.
One last treat.
Mung bean and coconut milk.
Rich, creamy, and comforting.
The taste of a Vietnamese childhood.
As the sun lowers, the heat fades.
The dunes change shape every hour.
The market backs up.
leaving no trace behind.
Just memories of sugar and sand.
And the lingering taste of ginger.
What would you choose? Tofu or dumpling?
Subscribe to Live Vietnam Journey.
Next week, the grand finale.
We enter the ancient fish sauce factory
to find the soul of Vietnamese cuisine.
The adventure never ends.
Music sustains.
Every culture has a flavor that defines it.
For Italy, it is olive oil. For France, it is wine.
For Vietnam, it is this.
The golden tears of the ocean. Fish sauce. It begins not in a factory, but on the sea.
The black anchovy. Cá cơm than. Small, but packed with protein.
We do not wait. We mix them with salt immediately, while they are still alive.
3 parts fish, 1 part pure sea salt, the golden ratio.
Then they are brought here. The Cathedral of Sauce.
Giant barrels made of litsi wood, bound by rattan ropes.
Layer by layer, the barrel is filled.
Tons of fish, tons of salt.
And capped with a final layer of salt to keep it pure.
We press it down. We close the lid.
And then we wait.
Not for weeks, but for a year or 2.
In the darkness, a miracle happens. The salt preserves while the enzymes transform, turning raw fish into liquid umami.
The day of the harvest.
The first drop.
Look at the color. Deep reddish brown, like cockroach wings. We call this nước mắm nhảy. The first extraction.
Clear. Thick. And pure.
It does not smell like dead fish. It smells like the ocean concentrate.
Bottled without preservatives, just fish and salt.
But the sauce is nothing without the meal.
In a Vietnamese meal, the sauce bowl sits in the center.
It is the sun that all other dishes revolve around.
A few slices of chili.
Simple perfection.
Boiled pork. Bland on its own.
But dipped in this, it becomes a masterpiece.
Fried tofu.
Boiled greens.
Rich or poor, every Vietnamese family shares this bowl.
It connects us.
Ăn đi con.
It is the taste of mother's love.
Even just rice and fish sauce is a feast.
It is the base of our stews.
The secret in our soups.
Phan Thiet gives this gift to the world.
A tradition preserved in wood and salt. A legacy of the sea.
Have you ever tasted the real nuoc mam?
Subscribe to Live Vietnam Journey.
This concludes our first journey.
From the breakfast of fishermen to the sweet duck noodles,
the sizzling clay pots,
the kingdom of light.
The most beautiful hot pot.
the crispy sounds,
the raw challenge.
The kings of the sea.
And the desert safari.
We have tasted the coast together.
But the journey is not over.
Season 2 is coming.
Next, we head to the mountains?
Or the sleepless city?
Tell us in the comments, where should Lai go next?
Oh.
Rise.
Go where the maps end. The adventure starts now.
Cheers! Cheers!
Music fades slowly.
The sun sets on the coast.
But the taste lingers forever.
Thank you for tasting the ocean with us.
Subscribe for the next adventure.
Written and produced by
Next stop, we leave the heat behind.
Into the Mist.